sports fans. Welcome to a special 5th District preview edition of the Coaches Show. We want to thank our sponsors, Mulligan's Pizzeria and Pub. Go over there and watch the ball games. With the NCAA tournament coming up, great place to go over and enjoy the new menu and watch a ball game. Farmers Bank and Trust, which has been on the same corner since 1899. Frazier Law Firm in Marion, just right across from the bank for all of your legal needs here in Marion, Kentucky. And the Pennyroyal Department, Pennyroyal District Health Department and its diabetes education program. And the First United Bank on North Main Street in Marion, full service bank here in Marion, Kentucky. And we have with us today the Lady Rockets, almost the entire team here tonight. So we appreciate you girls coming by, and Coach Shannon Hodge. And we'll introduce you. We'll just go from this side. This is Taylor Guess, and Taylor she's an average scorer, I'd say, on this basketball team. Yeah,
she puts a few in the hole
she's
once in a
putting up
while.
enough that everybody, top 2 or 3 in the region, something like that. We'll get into some of that in a little bit. Here's her running mate, another junior on the team, and who kind of lit it up last night with some 3-pointers. Natalie Boone, part of the sisterhood duo, the Boone girls. Both of you were lighting it up last night. And we would have had Anna Boone in here, but we were out of room. And our only senior, Grace Driskill, who had a great game last night, as the Lady Rockets won for the 19th time. We'll talk a little bit about that. Beating Hopkins Central was a great game. And we have Addie Hatfield, who is the center. She does she's the one that brings her lunch pail every time we play basketball. She got a lot of work to do down there. And, of course, longtime Lady Rocket basketball coach Shannon Hodge. And we'll just get this started and talk about last night's game. We're actually filming this on Wednesday. We'll post it on Thursday, which is the day of your last game of the season. And you'll have an opportunity against Hopkinsville, a team we haven't beaten in a long time. Have an opportunity, though, to win our 20th game. Coach Hodge, that would be the 3rd time in your long, 29 years, right?
This is 29.
29th year as Lady Rocket coach. And if you can pull this off tomorrow night, that will be number 20, and that will be the 3rd time in your coaching career.
Right.
And you've had a few in your playing career, hadn't you?
We did. My sophomore and junior year, I think we won 20-plus games. I can't remember. It's been a while back. Can't remember exactly how many, but yeah.
The only 2 other times that it's been done was back then. And, of course, I cleared something up in the paper. I sent you a copy of it a week or so ago. Early in the season, I said these girls had the best start in school history when they were 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
We found out that the 1974 or 2? 74,
I
72.
Can't remember. It was actually the first team, right?
The very first girls basketball team, and they were 9-0, and that was their final record.
Their season, yeah.
That was their whole season.
Right.
They only played 9 games and they won them all. So it was the best start and the best finish
right.
in Lady Rocket basketball history.
Right.
They won their first 9 and their last 9.
Right.
But I guess at that point, that was it. You played your regular season and no playoff.
Well, I think they just brought back basketball for girls, started it up. And so I think they had a limited number of games. But, they had some of the, people probably still remember some of the names of the ladies on that team, and Coach Cindy Almendinger.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Almendinger still watches our games and comments on our Facebook posts, and so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Where does she live now? Is it Nashville?
Maybe down in Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not exactly sure, but I saw her. It's been within the last couple of years, but she's still very much an avid basketball fan. So Coach Almendinger was actually, I was in grade school at that time, and she was my PE teacher at Mattoon Elementary during that time.
I think I've told you this before. I don't think in Kentucky they did this, but in Tennessee back in the 70s when they restarted girls back, because most schools had basketball prior to World War II.
Right.
And then in World War II, it's kind of been like the pandemic times 10. It was just so much energy went into the war that they did away with girls basketball at the time. And when they brought it back in Tennessee, it was half court. And there were 3 girls on one end and 3 girls on the other end. So 6 were on the floor on one team at the same time, but you couldn't cross them. You had a team that played defense, and then you had a 3-person girl team that played offense. It's kind of crazy to watch. So a lot of different strategies of getting the ball across the line and things.
Right.
A lot different. I guess at the time they didn't think girls could run all the way up and down the floor without getting tired. What do you think about that? Do you think that's a little bit sexist, maybe?
Yeah.
Don't mumble. Now look, you can't mumble on this show, okay? Look, you got to talk loud. And look, what do y'all think of my ball cat?
Beautiful.
This is a Tony O'Neill throwback. This is Tony O'Neill. I hope you see our show because I've had Tony gave me this in 1986, and I still wear it from time to time. I brought it out for baseball season this year, so that's why it's got maybe a little sweat rim around it, but it's all right. So. Let's talk about last night's basketball game, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start right here and visit a little bit with Taylor. Tell us about Hop Central was a good basketball team. They came in here 17 and 7 on the season. One of the top teams in the region. They you and them and Hopkins Central were both RPI wise about the same in the top 5. What'd you expect out of them, and did they give it to you?
Yeah, most people probably didn't think we would win that game, but coming out, we played probably some of our best defense as a whole, like as a team. And, defense leads the offense, so offense came easy from our defense. We were expecting them to pressure us full court a little bit, but they didn't really do that very much, so we kind of had to settle for half-court offense. So it was different, but I think we used our defense to create our offense. You
did, and Natalie, in the first half of the game anyway, or right out of the chute, the first quarter, I mean, they were getting it to the bigs down there and scoring, but you gals had an answer for that because you all lit it up from the perimeter and just drained a bunch of threes. Did you expect that coming in, or what did you expect?
Well, any team that's good knows that Taylor's going to drive it, so when they close in on her, it just leaves our shooters open. So that was how we answered that. And then once we had a couple, it opened up more so they could drive. But we knew they were going to be fast, and we knew that we had to get up and down the floor, and so it's good that we made those shots.
The Grace, the Clark girl, who's one of the better players in the region, and you all kind of held her in check. She had, I think, 14 or so points last night, but she's perfectly capable of scoring many more than that. Was that the difference in the game? What do you think was the difference in the ball game?
I really think since all of us started playing better together, we started communicating more this game. We played 4 quarters of defense and offense. We never really slacked, and I think our communication's what really changed the game through all of it because we were all in sync and we were all moving around. We got a lot of boards, and we were defending screens a lot better than we used to, and I think that's what really helped us that much.
Addie Hatfield, what changed? What did you do different to slow that inside game down? Because they were lobbing it over your head early on.
Yeah, I just tried not to get out physical and try to stay in front of her. And if they did try to throw the lob, to try to push her back closer to the baseline so she didn't have as easy a shot when she got it.
And you did a great job in not. I mean, I think you led the team in fouls, but you only had 3. I mean,
okay.
I believe that's right. You may have finished with 4.
Hey, it's better than fouling out.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's not bad in a physical game like that. To come
it was
away.
definitely a physical game.
Yeah. Just a really good basketball game, and Coach Hodge, I'm sure you really enjoyed what you saw out of these girls this last week of season, getting ready for the district tournament.
Definitely. We play the season to prepare for the postseason, and all along we've just talked about trying to get better and try to get better. And, at the beginning of the year, I thought, defensively we were playing pretty good, and I don't know, we hit a little lull with our defense mid-season, and we've been fighting really hard to get that back and drilling in practice. And, I think Grace hit on something that was instrumental last night. I thought we communicated much better. We didn't play every screen perfectly, and they scored some off the screens in different fashion, but we communicated better, and we were moving to do the right things. And from the get-go for this game, we knew it was going to be a very physical game, and I think we matched their physicality and maybe even exceeded it. And when you know that you're going to play a team that's very physical, you have to match that. And I thought we did. And I think if you look back at our season, some of the games that we struggled in and some of the games that we lost were games that we didn't do that. And so I was really proud of us for that. I know we're going to have another physical game tomorrow night, and then going into the district tournament. You know, the 5th district, it's just war. The district tournament is. You can throw out records, you can throw out games of the past, even if it was yesterday, because everybody starts over at 0-0, and we know that it's going to be a battle. So really happy to see us playing as hard as we did, communicating better, and just being a little bit more physical than we have in the past few weeks.
I do want to say, for those of you watching and listening, you alluded to the game tomorrow night, which this program we're taping it on Wednesday night, but it will air. We'll put it out on the web on Thursday. So really, that game is tonight.
Right. Okay.
If you're listening, the game tonight will be Hopkinsville, and it will be at Rocket Arena. So that's a team that I know. I don't think we've beat them in the last 10 years or so.
It's been a while. It definitely has. You know, they're always very athletic. You know, get up and down the floor quickly. They're usually long, and they have a couple of big girls and quick guards. And so it'll be another game that we have to, you know, that we're challenged in all those aspects, and which will, you know, be a game that I feel like will be great in preparation going into the postseason.
They're 13-11 on a season. Their RPI on the KHSAA is 508. So they're 508, and we're 579. So it's considerable larger RPI if you look at those kind of things. If it means anything.
Well, I don't know. You know, if you look at that, they had some games early on that I'm not really sure what was going on there with some of those games that might have ended up in the loss column for them.
Maybe some COVID stuff.
Maybe, I don't know. But, you know, I know they'll be very capable. Yeah. So it'll be challenging for us. But, again, something that's great in preparation.
And I know the ranks were a bit thin. I know they're thin anyway, but then you got last night you had a couple of JV players that weren't even able to play. And Elle McDaniel, who's second girl off the bench, really, she's unavailable now, right? She's going through concussion protocol.
Right. She Elle goes, you know, 9-0 the whole time she's in, and you know, in doing so, you know, she's you know, very very capable of getting in a big pile, and she just went to the basket hard last night, and somebody came over from the weak side and just bodied her, and it kind of took her back, and her head hit the ground, and she'd had a couple of other concussions within the last 8 or 9 months, and so we're going to be, you know, she's got to be real careful about jumping back in, and I think she's going to go see a concussion specialist next week, but we're all, you know, praying that she'll recover from that quickly, and I know she's probably not going to be able to finish the basketball season, but she's a softball player too, and she's just as gritty on the diamond as she is on the court, and you know, just hope that she'll be able to get back out there before long.
Yeah, she's one of those that really needs a football helmet to play basketball. You're right. She goes as hard as she can. Yeah. But when you're 4'1", you've got to. I don't know how tall she is. I may be exaggerating that a bit, but she, you know, she if she was 5 inches taller, she'd be on the floor every night, wouldn't she? Because she's something, and it, you know, that's the only thing that kind of slows her down is the fact that everybody on the floor is quite a bit bigger, but she don't realize it.
No, she doesn't play like they are, and you know, I love that about her. You know, love that grit that she has, and I know she'll be back. This is disappointing, you know, but when you participate in athletics, you're going to deal with disappointing things at different times, and so you just have to regroup and come back strong, and she will.
Yeah, and trust that recovery process.
Right.
So many times we don't. I want to change gears here a little bit and talk about the countdown. Taylor, guess. Do you know who Roger Maris is?
No.
Okay, Roger Maris was a great baseball player back in the early 60s. In 1961, he was chasing Babe Ruth's record for most home runs in a season. And he talked about he got so nervous his hair fell out and he couldn't sleep and all that. Because there were a lot of pressure on him, you know, chasing Babe Ruth's record. But you're only chasing Cassidy Moss's record. So, you know, it's a Ruthian objective, no question. But Cassidy Moss, of course, a great basketball player, was on one of Coach Hodge's famous teams, you might say, the winningest team that you've ever had 1,825 points in her basketball career, and that's the most of boys or girls.
Right.
And this gal right here is, do you know how close you are right now?
No.
You can look at it right here. I've got it up. Can you cipher that? It's 45, right? I think you need 45 points to tie the record. Does that enter into your mind? Do your friends talk about it? Does your family talk about it? Do you put it in the back and you just say, I can't worry about that?
If we're being honest, I really don't think about it. Nobody really brings it up to me, I guess, just not to stress me out or make me feel like I'm pressured or anything.
Yeah.
So really, I haven't thought about it. When it comes to game time, I don't even think about it.
Well, look, here's the way I look at this, because you are a junior. You're at the end of your junior season. I mean, unless lightning strikes you and renders you unable to play basketball, you're going to get this. Right?
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So let it come.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let it come. Go out there and knock them down. Right? So what is it like? I mean, Natalie, you've played with Taylor since you girls were just wee toddlers, right? And what is it? What has made her such a great basketball player, and on the verge, on the verge of breaking the school record in scoring?
I mean, Taylor just attacks, and she just goes as hard as she can, so she just scores. She just finds a way to score all the time.
She finds the rim, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Usually with some baggage hanging on her.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're kind of maybe being fouled a little more than the whistles you hear?
Yes, mostly all the time.
Do you think that just comes with being the type of player you are, that to some degree the officials let a lot of it go?
Yeah. And most people that guard me are usually smaller than me. I got a lot bigger over the past couple years, so most of the time I have little guards on me, and I just think they hang on me, and just most of the time the refs let it go just because I'm bigger.
How tall are you?
5'9", 5'10"-ish.
Yeah. Now, are you talking to any colleges about going on further in your basketball career? Or do you want to do that?
Yes, I do plan to play on the next level, but I've been looking at some schools, but nobody's really reached out to me yet, but I have been looking.
Well, I want to take just a moment and thank our sponsors who make all of our digital work on basketball season possible. We have the Pennyrile Health District and their diabetes program. It's an educational program to help you conquer and deal with diabetes. If you can conquer it, I guess you just manage it. But First United Bank in Marion, Kentucky, that's on North Main Street, full service bank here in Marion, and one of our newest. Frazier Law Firm on the corner of Main and Carlisle Streets here in Marion, Bart Frazier and Company over there. And Farmers Bank and Trust, which has been on the same street corner since 1899. That was back before y'all started playing basketball. And of course, Mulligan's Pizzeria and Pub, that's out at the golf course. Check that out on game night, and maybe you can watch these girls on the NFHS network if they tune into that. I know they did some in football. I assume they do in basketball as well. So let's talk about the 5th District Tournament girls. We will go into action here at home on Monday night against Livingston Central, a team we've beaten twice this year. That will be the opening game in the tournament. And the nightcap on Monday will be Tree County and Lyon County. And then the two winners will play on Thursday night in the championship at 7 p.m. Coach Hodge, you feel pretty good about this. Here we go into this tournament, this 5th District tournament. We're the number 1 seed. We have an opportunity to play 3 straight games at Rocket Arena in the postseason. That doesn't happen very often, because now the winners of each district host that first round in the region. So you could play 3 straight games there. You feel good there, don't you?
Right. I think we do. And we've played a lot of games at home this year,
Yeah.
just for it just has worked out that way. And so I think the girls ought to feel comfortable here. Like I said a while ago, there's nothing given. I know we've beaten Livingston twice, but anytime the blue and the red face off, it's a battle, and they're going to come in wanting to win, just like we're going to want to win. But we we've talked today and yesterday and the last little bit about just what you really want and what you will to happen and collectively what that is. And I think these girls are determined. I mentioned a little bit about a year ago, about this time whenever we were preparing, and then all of a sudden we didn't get to play. Yeah. And you never take any opportunity that you have for granted. So hopefully we'll embrace the opportunity that's before us and play to the best of our ability. That's what the goal is every night. Mm-hmm. And we're fortunate to be able to have it here, and it is a big deal to be able to host that first round of the region if you're a district winner. So we want to put ourselves in that position too. I think this team is very capable of doing some great things in the postseason. I think it's all just up to them and their willingness to continue to improve communication and continue to play as hard as they can play defensively and play team basketball on the offensive end of the floor. You mentioned Taylor in the scoring record a while ago. She's got to be one of the most unselfish, prolific scorers I've ever seen at any level. And she has a great supporting cast that go along with her. And she's seen a lot of chasers and a lot of double teams and various things this year. And we've had different ones of her teammates step up on different nights when she's being doubled and triple teamed to come up with big buckets themselves. And I have no doubt that that's what will happen again if that's the way we're played. I have utmost confidence in all the girls and their scoring ability and their ability to play hard together. So I'm excited, and I think they are. And you just go out and seize the moment. Play for that moment that you're given and do the best you can.
Well, as you mentioned, last year COVID knocked us out of an opportunity to play in the postseason. And I assume, Addie, are you girls living in a bubble right now, or is Coach Hodge letting you out?
Oh, yeah. We all definitely sit, like at school together, we all sit with each other. We try to stay away from just about anybody else. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because we don't want to repeat it last year. We want to get to play.
Yeah. Do you really take special precautions like that? I mean, all the time? Do you mask up when you go places if you think you're in a big crowd somewhere?
Well, we try not to go in the big crowds, except for Rocket Arena, I guess. But
well, we're looking for a big crowd on Monday night,
yes,
6 p.m.
We're hoping for it.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Grace, is the key to winning this district tournament? I'll tell you what let's do. Let's kind of narrow that down. What's the key to beating Livingston Central and getting into that second round and making sure we get a chance to play in the region?
We really just got to come out there scrappy. We've got to come out there fighting. We've got to put them down fast so that we can keep going fighting. And we've just got to play really good, strong, just basic defense. We've got to just get down on the little things and just find the keys to where we need to be. Mm-hmm. We definitely have to keep our communication up and our talking and just make sure we get our plays right and just keep running them and no jacking up shots or anything. We've just got to run things through.
Well, I like the way you described that. Put them down fast. Now I know you're kind of a farm girl a little bit, right?
A little bit,
yeah. Family has been farmers quite a while down in the Fredonia area, and so you know about putting animals down. So
yeah.
you can put a cardinal down, right?
Maybe.
Put a cardinal down. Yeah.
We're hoping.
All right, girls. What do you? We'll start here with Natalie. What is? We're going to get a little bit off of basketball and get into the locker room. Who's the best dancer in the locker room? Anna Boone.
Anna Elliott. They make a lot of TikToks.
They're a TikToker.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen Elliott. I get the opportunity to watch her quite often.
Yeah. Anytime you walk in the locker room, there's a TikTok being made.
Yeah.
Now, where do they post these things?
TikTok.
Who knows?
They have spam accounts, so you gotta find them.
Yeah, you gotta really search.
Like, not Anna Boone. It's somebody's username.
Not Natalie.
It's really creative, but.
Yeah. Okay, so Taylor, I've got a question for you. Who spends too much time making themselves look more attractive after a game before they go out for the boys' game? Who spends a little too much time?
Definitely Anna Boone. But
Anna Boone is in the room by the way. She's got her hands over her face now.
I think us four really. I think we're
We
just
don't
at the
care.
point where we don't care anymore.
When you get old like
So,
you
yeah.
are, you just let yourself go, right?
Yeah, we're the upperclassmen, so we really.
I mean, look at my hair.
We've been, yeah.
You saw we showed up right after practice.
Yeah,
So
the babies is what we call them, which is the 8th graders.
Puppies.
Yeah,
The puppies.
yeah.
They have to do their hair before the game, make sure they look good, and after the game.
Sometimes
Even
during
if-
halftime.
even
we'll
at
touch
practice,
it up.
you know, Elite's asking for a brush every 2 seconds
Yes.
in practice.
Yes, they always had a brush their
Especially if
hair.
the boys' team's in there. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but you girls are past it. Most of you, maybe they're just now trying to attract a boyfriend, and you all have them already.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Coach Hodge, this is a fun group.
Oh, it is. It is a great group of girls. You know, we have a lot of fun together, and they just get along so well. And you know, we talk. They mentioned that we call them the puppies, but you know, there's as many puppies as there are older players.
Yeah.
So we have it's a unique mix this year. We got 6 high school players, and then we've got the puppies. And so you know, I think I told you at the beginning of the year this team was a work in progress throughout the whole year. It has been, and man, they just really embraced each other. I think these guys have done a great job of just including the younger players, and you know, if you saw them interacting together, you wouldn't know that there is as many 8th graders on the team as there are upperclassmen on the team. You would know that because they just get along so well, and they take care of it. I'm sure behind closed doors there's some, you know, do this, do that, you know, some little bit of bossing out of these guys, but they take care of them too. And you know, I think it's just a great group, a great mix.
Who is the boss? Who's the boss when they something said they do it?
That one.
Definitely them two.
Definitely us two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Well,
were ball girls.
Natalie's the mean one on the team. I'm probably the nice one.
Yeah.
The most bickering is definitely Natalie and Amy.
They
though.
play
They're
good
always-
cop, bad cop.
But
Yeah,
with each other.
I do boss people around sometimes.
Yeah.
They listen to Taylor.
But only because we've been through it.
Well,
We
you
had-
got $2,000 in the
we
scoring
had to do
column. You can boss people
Yeah.
around. All right, last question. I'm going to direct this to your senior, your only senior on the team, Grace. You girls went over to Lyon County in that All-A Classic, and I know that was one of the worst feelings that you could have, because that was your tournament you felt like this year to win, and really wanted to go back to that state tournament. Now, here you got another chance at them, possibly. You beat Livingston, they beat Trigg. Next Thursday night, you're going to see them. What's the message from the Lady Rockets? Are you coming? And I don't mean a message aimed at Lyon County. What is the what is this team going into that game? If that's that matchup, what's on your mind?
You know, we're the most perseverant people I've ever met in my entire life. So we're ready for it.
Put
We're
them
excited.
down. Right?
Yeah.
Put them down.
We're excited. We're
Yeah.
ready. You know.
Yeah.
Gotta get back at it.
Excited for postseason, and we're excited for hopefully a 20-win season. You know, win one more game, and that's a threshold that every team and every coach loves to hit that 20 mark in basketball, right? So, anyway, great season for these Lady Rockets. We hope they continue on in the district tournament next week. Again, I want to thank our sponsors: Mulligan's Pizzeria and Pub, Farmers Bank and Trust, Frazier Law Firm, Pennyroyal District Health Department, and it's a diabetes program, and First United Bank. Thank you so much, girls. We've had a great time, and I appreciate you coming in and be very, very candid about what goes on in the locker room.
Yeah.
And hey, good luck on your quest. It's coming. It's coming. It's just a matter of time. So, thank you, guys.